right, so we're back for another deep dive, and things are getting pretty wild over in Brooklyn. Week 7 of the BFBA season, and man, there's some shakeups. For those that might be new to this whole thing, BFBA stands for Brooklyn Fantasy Basketball Association. 14 teams battling it out for, ultimate bragging rights. And we got a ton to cover today, from league updates and all the playoff picture. Talk about a roller coaster, man. And, of course, we got to break down those Week 7 scores, some real surprises coming out the gate already.
Yeah, it's crazy how much can change in just one week, you know? I mean, it's a tight race to the playoffs, top 8 out of 14, remember? And they start March 24th, 2025. So every point, every rebound, everything matters from here on out.
No doubt. And speaking of changes, there's some big news from the league. Valerie Davis, she's the owner of Valar Morgulis. She just spilled some serious tea on the commissioner's show. If you haven't caught it yet, definitely check it out.
Oh, yeah, I heard she gave some really interesting insights into her draft strategy and how she's adapting, with the league always shifting.
And guess who's up next on that show? Randy Arias, the owner of BXBAY Mob. That team has been on fire.
Yeah. They've already gotten Team of the Week twice this season, which is pretty impressive. I'm curious to hear what Randy's secret is. Is it his draft picks, his trades? Maybe he's got a lucky charm or something.
Maybe we'll find out. But what's really got everyone talking is the shakeup at the top. For 6 weeks straight, it was Damian and the Evil Empire. They were ruling the roost. But now we got a new contender in the lead, Donald and his Brooklyn Vikings Valhalla.
It's more than just wins and losses at this point, It's about that momentum, sending a message to everyone else. Donald's playing with a ton of confidence right now.
Oh, yeah. He's not afraid to make big moves. Remember that trade he pulled off a few weeks back? That's what launched him to the top.
Exactly. He saw an opportunity and took it, and now it's paying off big time. But, we can't count Damian out just yet. The Evil Empire, they've got a history of making comebacks late in the season. Remember last season? They were down and out, then suddenly roared back to life in the playoffs.
That's true. Damian's always got a few tricks up his sleeve. But the rest of the league, they shouldn't get too comfy either. Teams ranked 3rd to 10th. They're all within striking distance. This playoff race is tighter than, I don't know, a pair of Chuck Taylors or something.
You're telling me one good week can make all the difference, and one bad week can send you spiraling down. Every matchup counts now.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of tight races, man, Week 6 had some real nail-biters. Remember that one, the Evil Empire going up against NY Mindset of Fighters?
Oh, yeah, that was close. Cedric, he's the owner of NY Mindset of Fighters. He really pulled out all the stops that week. Some clutch pickups off the waiver wire really paid off for him.
Yeah, his team ended up with a crazy 1655.9 points. Damian put up a good fight, though. 1600.5. Just wasn't enough.
It shows you, in this league, anyone can win on any given week. Can't take any opponent lightly.
And speaking of surprises, Delonte's team, the Sham Gods, they had a big win against two legit...
Yeah, that one wasn't as close, but still a solid win. Sham Gods were on fire, over 1,500 points. Looks like Delonte's really figured out how to use his roster,
Yeah, he's always studying those stats, looking for any advantage he can get. But all right, let's shift gears to Week 7. It's early, but things are already getting interesting.
I'm looking at these scores right now, and there are a couple matchups that are really catching my eye. Brad's Beaufort Bombers, they've been having a rough season, but they're actually leading against Delonte's Sham Gods right now.
Wait, seriously? That's a huge upset if it holds. Last I checked, Brad's team was in last place. What happened?
Looks like he made some smart trades last week, and those new players are stepping up. Plus, a couple of Delonte's key players have been kind of quiet so far this week.
Man, this is why I love the BFBA. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, boom, everything changes.
Exactly. And it's not just the Beaufort Bombers defying expectations either. Holly's Brooklyn Stoop Kids, they're ahead of the Evil Empire right now.
Wow, that's a surprise. Damian's team is usually so dominant. You think he's maybe resting some of his starters, trying to avoid injuries?
Could be. Or maybe Holly's just got his number this season. Who knows? She's definitely a team owner to keep an eye on. She's built a really strong team, always making smart moves.
Yeah, she's kind of flying under the radar. But these early Week 7 scores, they're a good reminder that anything can happen in the BFBA.
Absolutely. New leader, bunch of teams fighting for playoff spots, and some underdogs making some noise. It's going to be a wild ride to the finish line.
So we've talked about like the big picture standings, these crazy upsets, but let's bring it back to you, the fans. What should you be looking out for these next few weeks?
I'd say keep an eye on those under-the-radar moves, That waiver wire, it can be a gold mine.
Right.
Who's picking up those hidden gems, those players about to have a breakout week? That's what I want to know.
Right, a good waiver wire pickup. That can be the difference between winning and losing, especially in a league this close.
Exactly. And don't forget about trades, man. A well-timed trade can totally change a team's whole season.
Absolutely. So yeah, keep your ear to the ground for any rumors, any whispers about deals going down. You never know who might be switching teams.
And speaking of switching things up, don't forget about that All-Star break coming up. It's always a turning point, you know? Teams that can stay healthy, stay focused during that break, they usually come back stronger.
That's a great point. It's easy to lose momentum during the break, but those teams that stay locked in, they'll have a real edge.
So there you have it, folks. BFBA season is heating up, and these next few weeks are going to be crucial. New leader, a bunch of contenders hungry for that playoff spot, and a whole lot of drama on the horizon, you know?
It's anyone's game at this point. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and enjoy the ride. And as always, keep it locked right here for all your BFBA deep dive needs. We'll be back next week with more insights, more analysis, and who knows, maybe even some bold predictions.